All right, everybody. So in this video here, this is the final video for the mixing session until the last video, which is a mixing producer slash making producer talk that I think you guys are gonna love. In this video, I have a 2-beat mix order. So what I'm gonna do is just what I did last time, but I'm gonna kind of like not speed through it, but I'm gonna just bang it out and to show you really how quick it can be to mix a nice. I'm not gonna rush it or nothing, but I'm not gonna take the time to like explain things, stuff like that. At this point, you kind of can see, you already know what I'm doing. You can always rewind and rewatch every single track that you want, you know, and keep watching me do it. But I'm gonna bang through both of these mixes, and I'm gonna show you the exporting process, everything, so on and so forth. And grab a snack and enjoy the rest of this video. Let's go ahead and dive on in. First, I'm gonna arrange it like I did last time. Let's see the main melody there. This is like a backup sound here. This is like an effect sound. Put that down here. Here's a voice sound. Then we're gonna do the clap, hi-hat, open hat. Let's do the kick right there. Pad doesn't come until there, so let's leave it there. Make sure the tempo is right, 130. Let's go ahead and dive in. Another thing real quick is that I mix at max volume of my setup, which my max volume of my setup really isn't max. Like I could turn this audio interface, as you can see, it's at minus 18. That is my max. That is what I like to mix in, and what I consider to be my max. It depending on your audio interface, you have to kind of find what your max is. It's not always literally the max volume that your audio interface can go, because this thing can crank up so loud that there's just no way. I don't understand why it has so much power, but this thing can, I'm at minus 18. You know what I'm saying? Like this thing goes crazy loud. So most audio interfaces though don't have that much power. But some do have more power than they need. And the best way to kind of find your mixing 100% is to look up something like, let's see, look up like a really well-known, well-played, radio-driven, mixed and mastered, super clean mixing sound and beat together, like an industry sound, and keep going up and keep cranking it up until it gets to the point where it's like, okay, this is loud, and this sounds like this is about as loud as it should be, because if you crank up any higher, it starts getting distorted. And then also go like online and look up like one of my beats or something like that, and have it up like and just keep going up until it's at the point where it sounds like that beat starts to distort. It doesn't start to sound good anymore. It just sounds crazy at that point. You kind of got to do a little testing, a little messing around before you find that sweet spot, but you need to know what your 100% max volume is. This is what mine is at. Okay, so that one was pretty self-explanatory as far as what all I use and everything you should know by the video so far. But one new plugin is Microshift, and for those of you who don't know, I put that on this sound right here. This is more of like a stereo widener slash doubler slash tripler. Like this kind of makes the sound double. Like it's hard to explain. But definitely a really good plugin that you're going to want to do. Another thing that I'm going to do, since I obviously don't use all of my go-to mixing plugins in this specific video, I'm gonna go ahead right now and kind of show you. Actually, a better thing to do is, let me see, how's the best way to do this? I'm gonna take. Will you be able to see the names if I take a screenshot of those? Because they're off screen, but it's all under my favorites category, and it might be easier. I was wondering if I should make a text document which lists them, or actually I'm gonna just take a screenshot of them all and put pictures of that in the kits for you guys, so you guys can see what those are. It's just a list of like my most used plugins that I use, and I'll go in and also additionally, just to take things to another level for you, put a text document in there, what's the name of each one and what those actually are for and what they do as well, and who makes them, so where you can find them too. So that's this one. The only thing I'm going to do now is throw a master thing on here so it's not clipping. So like I said, it's the same thing I always do though. It's really a go-to setting for the master channel to make it still sound like your mix sounds and to make it still sound like it's clipping and it's hitting hard. As long as your mix isn't too crazy, then when you put this on, it should sound exactly the same. Really, it shouldn't sound any different with these settings. And then I'm going to export it, and we're going to do the second one.